A member of parliament is the representative of the people who live in their constituency. In many countries with bicameral parliaments, this category includes specifically members of the lower house, as upper houses often have a different title. Member of Congress. A deputy is an equivalent term in other jurisdictions. Another term is parliamentarian. Members of parliament seem to tend to form parliamentary groups with members of the same political party. The Westminster system is a democratic parliamentary system of government modelled after the politics of the United Kingdom. This term comes from the Palace of Westminster, the seat of the Parliament of the United Kingdom. A member of parliament is a member of the House of Representatives, the lower house of the Commonwealth Parliament. Members may use MP after their names. MHR is no longer used. A member of the upper house of the Commonwealth Parliament, the Senate, is known as a senator. In the Australian states and territories, MP is commonly used. In bicameral legislatures, members of the lower house also use the post-nominals, MLA, or MHA, and members of the upper house use MLC. MLCs are informally referred to as upper house MPs. The Parliament of the Bahamas is the bicameral national parliament of Commonwealth of the Bahamas. The parliament is formally made up by the Queen, an appointed Senate, and an elected House of Assembly. It currently sits at Nassau, the national capital. The structure, functions, and procedures of the Parliament are based on the Westminster system. Members of the Jatiya Sangshad, or National Assembly, are elected every 5 years and are referred to in English as Members of Parliament. The Assembly has directly elected 300 seats, and further 50 reserved selected seats for women. The Parliament of Canada consists of the monarch, the Senate and the House of Commons. Only members of the House of Commons are referred to as Members of Parliament. Members of the Senate are called senators. There are currently 105 seats in the Senate and 338 in the House of Commons. Members of Parliament are elected, while senators are appointed by the Governor-General on behalf of the sovereign at the direction of the Prime Minister of Canada. Retirement is mandatory for senators upon reaching the age of 75 years. Each province in Ontario, member of the National Assembly in Newfoundland and Labrador. The provincial upper houses were eliminated through the 20th century. A member of parliament is any member of the two houses of Indian Parliament, i.e., Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. As of 2018, Lok Sabha has 545 seats, of which 543 members are elected popularly by single-member constituencies via first-past-the-post method in each of the 28 Indian states and 8 union territories. While the President of India may appoint 2 representatives of the Anglo-Indian community. As of 2018, Rajya Sabha can have 245 members, 233 of which are elected indirectly by the state legislatures using single transferable vote method of proportional representation, and 12 are appointed by the President for their contributions to art, literature, science, and social services. Each state is allocated a fixed number of representatives in each chamber, in order of their respective population. As of 2018, the state of Uttar Pradesh has the greatest number of representatives in both houses. The person which secures the support of more than half the seats in the Lok Sabha forms the government. To form the government, parties may form a coalition. The Lok Sabha is the lower house and the Rajya Sabha is the upper house of the bicameral Indian Parliament. The term of a member of the Rajya Sabha is 6 years long, while the Lok Sabha members are elected for a term of 5 years unless the house is dissolved sooner. Rajya Sabha is a permanent house and is not subject to dissolution, and the members serve staggered terms. 1/3 of the membership retires every 2 years. Vacancies in both houses, whether because of death or resignation of a member, are filled with by-elections within 6 months of the vacancy. The newly elected member in which case serves only the rest of the pending term of the seat they are elected to. The number of seats in both houses is regulated by constitution and parliamentary statutes. Since the formation of the Irish Free State in 1922 and subsequently in the Republic of Ireland, The legislature of Ireland is known as the Oireachtas, and consists of the President, the Upper House, Seanad Éireann, and Lower House, Dáil Éireann. They are functionally similar to other bicameral parliaments, with the Lower House being significantly more influential and having more power over the creation of legislation. Elections to Dáil Éireann are held at least every 5 years using the single transferable vote, while elections to Seanad Éireann are restricted to members of both houses, elected members of local authorities, and alumni of National University of Ireland.